I'm going to start Pikmin 2 today. I'm very excited because this is my favorite game in the series by far. It has the best gameplay in my opinion, best characterization, best atmosphere. I just love everything about it. And it has purple Pikmin. And they're cute. I love this title screen. I can make some stuff show up on the title screen, but I don't know how to do it on this controller. Oh, minus. Minus disperses them, I guess? Now I'm doing plus. I don't know. What do we got for... We got music and sound. Choose on for softer graphics, off for crisper. I don't know. I'll keep this like this for now. I can turn it down later if I need to. I had to do that for the first game, but I can switch the mic and game audio independently now, so it shouldn't be as necessary. High scores! Wow. This is really uninteresting. Cool. Bonuses. I've already unlocked a cutscene. I'm doing great. 2-player battle. Yeah. I do not have a second player. Which leaves us in winter. And in winter is where we begin the game. You're goddamn right, I'm gonna create Pikmin 2 save data. New. Oh, I love this cutscene. Hokotate Freight is a long-haul deep space shipping company. One day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Olimar, crashed on an uncharted planet while on an interstellar vacation. There, he was aided by indigenous creatures which he called Pikmin. In the end, Captain Olimar escaped. The musical timing is so good in this. But in Olimar's absence, his employer, Hokotate Freight, ran into financial difficulties. There's this beautiful ship I made. Reconstructed. Previous game. Planet Hokotate. Freight. Transportation company. President of Hokotate Freight, local employee Louis. Not in the category of employees of any merit, apparently. So glad you're safe, yes, very glad, quite glad, but sadly, I have an announcement that is not so glad. Our company is going under. Yes, we're finished. On his first mission, Louis here met a ravenous space bunny. The noises he makes. And his entire load of golden Pick brand carrots was eaten. I took out an enormous loan to repay the debt from this loss. I decided to sell off corporate assets to repay the loan. But the only asset we had to sell was your ship, the SS Dolphin. As for the rest of our loan, 10,100 shecho heads. We have no means to repay it. Oh, it's the souvenir I got. Olimar, what is that? You brought that back as a souvenir for your kid? Look at them bug eyes on Louis. Treasure, 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 money, money, money. Delicious, glorious money. Initiating valuation of recovered treasure. This artifact is worth 100 pokos! This thing is worth 100 pokos? That's more than a year's salary. There are more on that planet? They can repay our debt. What do you mean? If you mean my reading the dialogue, I'm afraid I'm rather committed to it. I quite enjoyed the dialogue and I'm not going to not read it. That was close. I have averted a crash landing. Running diagnostics. Alert! Danger! Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find a Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. Wait a moment, look. Could these be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak. I don't know about that, man. You must help them. Point at the screen and press B to call them with your whistle. You can also hold B to make the sound of your whistle carry farther. Remember? I remember. They'll be fine. See, they're doing okay. Look, he's alright. Yeah. The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instructions and do not delay. Hold A to grab a Pikmin, then point at the screen and release to throw it. Yeah! Oh, combat's so much more fun in this game. Yeah. Attention, Captain Olimar, I've just re-established my communications link with the Louis. It is fortunate we have managed to confirm his safety. Press minus to communicate with him. I'm quite interested in the details of his condition. Me too.
Louis.
Louis, allow me to assess your condition as per our safety protocols. Are you at all injured? If that's so, then my concerns are eased. Our communication link shows you are nearby. Louis has a knack for running into trouble. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Press plus to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. No sun meter on the first day is typical. Louis, the odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Almar's report. Yeah. The seed the onion ejected just sprouted. According to Almar's report, it can be plucked with A. Those were some good eyes again, Honolulu. Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Almar's report. It is staring at you. You can press down on the pad to issue objectives to your Pikmin squad and direct their movement. Bad controls, give me a C-stick. You can disband your squad with the... Interesting. Almar's description of the creatures resembling pick-pick carrots was strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? He wants to eat them. Get used to it, Louis. They're gonna follow you around a lot. The onion ejected more seeds. The pellet from that farm must hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients, haul them to the onion, and further propagate the species. The onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Almar's report, it seems repeatedly tapping A lets one rapidly pluck Pikmin sprouts. So it does. Blech. Takes a second for it to register the sensor bar each time the cutscene ends. Just about ready to move on from here. I threw them into the cutscene. Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. Good job, Louis. Keep up the crash landings. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with Almar first. Can you see him? Press Z to move the camera behind you. You can also press left or right on the pad to zoom and up to change angles. Yep. Yay, reunion. Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. It's been so long. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? Well, I'm pretty sure. From now on, use B to form a single group, C to take solo action, and minus to change leaders. Yep. Hurry up. I want to progress. This part of the game is pretty scripted, obviously. Even more so than the first game. Oh shoot, I should have brought Olimar over here to pluck faster. Oh well. I'm losing frames. It takes 20 to carry and I have 20 Pikmin. What a strange coincidence. We'll just leave Olimar behind, he'll be fine, probably. Nothing up here yet. Come on, Louie, climb back up the hill. You have the power within you. You only have to believe. Oh, he does not have the power within him. I'm helping. Pressing A here doesn't do anything right now. In this game, unlike the first one, you cannot heal at the ship. But there's other uses for going over there, such as getting treasure. That's no fight. It's worth 280, which is unusually high because it's the first one and I want you to feel good. Courage Reactor. It's a Duracell battery. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. I don't know about that. I took the liberty of naming it when I appraised it. The name reflects my current thinking. Why the quotation marks, man? Leave it to me to think up catchy names for hit products. It is but one of my many talents. He's a bit full of himself, but he's not wrong. We shall end our first day here and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Hokotate, we must fly into low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. Seems like a good idea. Louis has already taken seniority. He will guide Olimar back to the ship with his whistle. Come Olimar, it is time to go into orbit. Lower orbit. Wow, the first day cleared, and I didn't lose a single Pikmin. Amazing. It's almost like it would have been literally impossible. I'm not actually sure if the Dwarf Bulborb still cannot kill Pikmin after you whistle those 5 too. Funds earned, 280. Very good, very nice, very excellent. 20. from Shacho. You found your first bit of treasure. Fine work! Our future depends on your efforts, so check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often. Keep up the pace. I think I can average 1 treasure a day, no problem, Mr. President. Unlike the first game, we have the treasure log and the Picklepedia, both of which are awesome. Courage reactor, Almar's journal. What does Almar have to say about it? We've recovered our first treasure. Amazingly, the Pikmin remembered how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language and I don't know what they're thinking, yet I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed on this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my missing ship parts. In my darkest hour, the Pikmin were there for me. Now that I'm reunited with them, I know everything will be alright. It will, right? Can I do this yet? Yes, I can! I haven't even discovered this gameplay function, but I can already do it in the Picklepedia. Dwarf Red Bulborb. Hansaurus pseudo-oculi russus. Breadbug family. Although initially identified as a juvenile red bulborb, groundbreaking new research indicates that this creature is in fact a member of the breadbug family. A close relative of the vanilla breadbug, it escapes predation through mimicry. Unique adaptation of the red bulborb's crimson coloration allows the species to safely commingle. Such effective adaptation and obfuscation by a prey species is rare, indicating this clever creature is a master of mimicry. I did not remember that these were actually breadbugs. That's really cool. Pellet Posy. Saw a lot of those last night. Amplus nutrio, ample nutrition, pellet weed family. In the stem of the pellet posy, one can observe the muscle fiber unique to half-plant, half-animal species, such as the Pikmin and candy pop flowers. So the pellet posy is a species that can be considered a close relative. Although the ability to crystallize nectar is unique to a small group of the pellet weed family, the fact that these plants reach maturity so quickly and that their pellets contain such high concentrations of the natural nutrients in the soil explains why the Pikmin and so many of the other indigenous species are so reliant on these pellets for sustenance. I'm going to be reading all of these. It feels pretty rewarding in the long term to read that stuff after some of the harder days, because the days get pretty long because of caves. God, I love caves. They do. Still pretty scary. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? I sure am. The Pikmin seem to still be asleep inside their onion. What lazy creatures. Some people want to sleep, man. Don't judge. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and press A to call them out. Trying to get me to be Almar. No. I have Louis in my soul. And Louis shall get these Pikmin. Alright. Yeah, let's get to work on some farming. Aiming to one-shot the pellet posies works differently in this game. It's based on trajectory instead of just where you place the cursor, so you have to aim past them sometimes. Is there anything down here? No, not at present. Just Louis' imprint in the snow. Plucking is so much faster in this game. I love it so much. Even if you don't have two captains with you, it's still so much faster. Once these bags are pressed down once, they're pressed down forever. Don't have to worry about it again. Oh yeah, I did not have everyone in my squad, I didn't even realize. I'm sort of used to the first game now for once, so I forget exactly how to safely take out the bulb orbs. I'm going to just set them on the gate for now, get a few more Pikmin. Bring it in. Plus these, then I can try to take on the bulb orb. I think I want to throw onto it. You silly Billy, don't try to take them out of the onion. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall? When massed, their might is ferocious. Don't just use dissoluble mass that close together. Louis, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not. Olimar, you are failing in your duty as a superior. Allow me to explain. Press A to grab Pikmin and release to throw them, call them into a group with B. Press U to disband, blah blah blah, D-pad. Pikmin, swarm Pikmin on treasure and enemies, or make them march in a line. Well, I have to reset already. That's cool. No reload from previous save option. I'll try swarming next time, I suppose. I don't think the crushing glitch is nearly as prevalent in this game, so I hope it's safe to actually swarm things now. I can actually go through cutscenes fast in this game, it's amazing. Although there are more cutscenes to go through. Gotta build my way back to where I was. Even though it's starting out in a way where it's going to take longer to build back up, in general that's going to be less common of an issue in this game than the first game, because there's more save points. Need 5 more to take down the bag. Ooh, he dropped a random pellet. Awesome. There. Come on, Louis. I shouldn't have dismissed, but whatever. Fuck, man, don't throw. Alright, will this be enough to swarm him down? I hope so. Okay, I got him in time. They were still in his mouth, they hadn't died yet. But I should probably have 50 or more Pikmin every time I try to take a full board. Alright, we can take all this stuff back. Fuck everybody, and then go into the first cave. It'll be great. Just waiting for them to get there so I can whistle them and move them over to the ones that need it. Need the extra help. Utter scrap. And yet it's worth 170 Pokos. Strange what scrap goes for these days. $70. Cool. I'm just gonna make sure I can't do this. Whoa! I got him up there for a second. Yeah, get up there, what the hell? Awesome. Protocol. I call Proto now. I can get him up there, but it's kinda hard. I just want to get one up for real. I did it before. Alright, whatever, that's enough of that. We're going in the cave. Interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underground? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear. The leader's group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. I think Pikmin might have meant that just doing the game with no deaths would be annoying. But I've beaten this game with no deaths once before on GameCube. And I know it is no walk in the park, but I think it's a lot of fun. And I forgot there's a gate over there anyway, so even if I got the Pikmin up there, I could not have gone around to the other side to pick them up. Emergence Cave! Jump! Jump. Oh my goodness, saving is so fast in this version. On GC it has to make that dot noise 3 times before it finishes saving. Diddle-it instead of diddle-it. The first cave. Intriguing. My heat sensors indicate that this hole's interior is warmer than on the surface. Analysis suggests that danger lies ahead, but the promise of treasure is tantalizing. The If you wish to check underground terrain, press plus to communicate with me. In other words, you make a map over time. I am not just a ship, I am an all-purpose support pod. So, time does not pass while you're in the cave. Any cave. You don't have to worry about an overarching time limit. And when you finally come back out of the cave, it'll be the same time as when you left. Cha-ching! Citrus Swamp. 180. That's all the combat done for this floor. Now just gotta bring everything in to the pod. And I'm sure he'll be happy about receiving all of this. This beautiful carcass. How can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I will store your finds in my hold, but I do not think beasts will be worth much. Each of these guys is worth 2 Pokos. Doesn't seem like much, but there were, what, 4 on this floor alone? Adds up. 7-Up bottle cap. Quenching emblem. The noise that just played means that there's no more treasures left on this floor. This is the pit down to the next sub-level. Gonna be seeing a lot of these. This hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Is this what you consider treacherous? You're not gonna be happy with the later parts of the game. Louis, you do recall that you can adjust the camera, correct? Your expression suggests you do. Excellent. Must have been an expression of annoyance. Don't worry, all your Pikmin will follow you. Approach the hole and press A to enter it. When he says that, he means even if Pikmin are not in your squad, they will follow you. If you're in a cave, you do not need to worry about how many Pikmin are in the squad. They will all come with you to the next sublevel or out of the cave. Final floor! Oh my god, so scary. Shiny. North America. It's inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design on the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space, but like, with weird colors. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. In fact, it will take 101. Just to prove the point, in a game design sense. In the first Pikmin, the only part that had a function beyond just increasing the ship's range gradually and getting you to more places was the radar. Uh-oh. Okay, good. He went for a get off me shake instead of bite. Ah, purple candy pop. violet candy pot buds. Lovely, love them. Astounding! A flower blooms in a cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly it is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. Cannot relate. Never in my life have I just seen a flower and thought, I yearn to be tossed into that. Yay, purple Pikmin. Bump. Amazing! A purple Pikmin. It has hair and is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers? Intriguing. Perhaps there are others. Purple Pikmin have the carrying strength of 10 Pikmin, where yellows, blues, and whites have 10 attack power and reds have 15. Purples have 25. They are the slowest Pikmin, and even though when they carry something it adds 10 to the counter, it still only adds the carrying speed of one Pikmin, and the slowest Pikmin type at that. Near the end of the game, there will be a treasure that requires 1,000 Pikmin to carry. The max Pikmin you can have on field is 100, which means in order to carry it, you need 100 purple Pikmin. So you need to amass 100 of them by that point of the game if you want to carry it, and you need to be careful about not losing too many of them, even if you're not going for no death run like I am. I used to mistakenly think there was a finite amount of them in the game, but there are certain locations where you can still increase your purple Pikmin count ad nauseam, at least until you have like 130. I don't know exactly how it works, or if there even is an upper limitation. Spherical Atlas, value 200. There is a device resembling a microchip embedded inside this sphere. Retrieving data? Error, I could only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographic charts. I will input this data into my planetary database and name it the Sphere Chart. Press plus to contact me and go to the exploration kit on the radar screen by pressing left on the pad. Now that we have this new data, you should explore the decoded territory tomorrow. That was the only treasure on this floor, as you can tell by that noise. So yeah, where the radar was the only part that did something special in the first game, here you have 12 treasures that give you additional functions. If not more, I don't know if that actually lists all of them. The key might not be in that listing. I don't need you guys. Astounding! Water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and press A to try. Sounds good to me. I love getting launched into the air. Through little holes in the ceiling, I guess. That seems safe. Cave complete. Means I got all the treasures in here. Normally, I believe if I stayed on this screen for 2 minutes, you would hear Totaka's song, but that's only in the GameCube version. 0 losses, of course. It is Emergence Cave after all. Back into Valley of Repose. Normally, you would still have however much left in the day to do whatever you want, but they're gonna cut me off here, because day 2 is still scripted. You have successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision making, gentlemen. What decisions did I make? We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. This is really testing my tongue. You've gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the President tonight detailing your progress. Olimar and Louis, since you will explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What? You still want to work? Unacceptable! You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. I declare it. You should take a much-needed rest, as you have all the time you need to collect treasure, just in case you were paranoid after the first game. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. Baby steps, Olimar. Lift off. Day 3 is the first day with a little bit of flexibility in planning. It's still relatively linear compared to the rest of the game. From Shacho. Baby steps first, Olimar. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt is with Happy Hokotate's savings and loan, after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess, so ha! What a smart man. He picked a really good company to get a loan with. It has such a friendly and inviting name, after all. Awakening Wood has opened up because of the Sphere Atlas, or Sphere chart. Let's check out our Encyclopedia and treasures. Red Bulborb. Oculus Kageyami rossus, grub dog family. This large organism has the familiar mandibles and cranial morphology of the grub dog family, as well as the characteristic bulging eyes. As with most grub dogs, the creature's cranium comprises half of its total length and girth. Showing a scarlet abdomen with white spots, this creature is primarily nocturnal, choosing to prey upon smaller creatures returning to their nests. Originally classified as the spotty bulborb, further research has reclassified this species as the red bulborb. Subspecies of varied colors have recently been discovered, but academics are divided into 2 rival camps over how to handle their classification. I didn't know there was anyone besides Olimar doing the classifying. Snow bulborb. Pansaurus pseudo-oculi frosticus, breadbug family. Like the dwarf red bulborb, the snow bulborb is a member of the breadbug family that seeks to survive through imitating the appearance and behavior of a bulborb. Its pale coloration and the blue spots make for easy identification. In particular, this organism mimics the hairy bulborb, but it is of course unable to grow the hair that gives the hairy bulborb its name. However, as the hairy bulborb has been known to lose its hair in certain circumstances, the snow bulborb is an effective mimic that is often mistaken for a member of the same species. Violet candy pop bud. Cannot turn that to stone. Flora puniceus, candy pop family. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions, and the violet ones will only be found in caves. I forget if any candy pop buds are found outside of caves in this game. Considering the microecologies this plant has been found in, one could surmise that it could be found in any cavern regardless of geographic region. Tossing Pikmin into this flower results in the release of purple Pikmin seeds, regardless of the color of the Pikmin tossed in. This variety of candy pop contains robustly odoriferous oils. If candy pop flowers could be cultivated, there is no doubt that the plants would offer multifaceted benefits to the cosmetic, medical, and tourist industries. I guess he's implying that the odoriferousness is a good odor. Clover. Guess I walked into one of these. Quatrius infectum, clover family. This is a naturalized species. These plants are extremely persistent, and with the assistance of a symbiotic fungus that grows on its roots, the species is able to survive even in drought conditions. Typically, its leaves come in groupings of 3, but intense impact on the leafing stem early in the development cycle can result in an extremely rare 4-leaf cluster. Wow, that's true. And 4 new treasures. Citrus lump. This fruit was dug up from the floor of an icy cavern. It appears that the fruit's thick skin protected it from the frigid cold. It's quite remarkable. The shape of the fruit eerily resembles the president's head. P.S. The labyrinthine underground entrails of this planet are like a completely different world. Labyrinthine underground entrails. Now there's a description. Utter scrap. The area we recently touched down in is blanketed with a fresh layer of frozen precipitation. Snow. It's called snow. As tranquil and relaxing as it is, I named it the Valley of Repose. Using Pikmin to move obstacles, I was able to open up some new areas to exploration, where I found this hunk of metal. Quenching Emblem. I often brag about my inexhaustible supply of self-control, but when I peer at this treasure I can't help but want to take a drink. Buy now 7-Up at your local convenience store. Spherical Atlas. The purple Pikmin were somehow able to carry this massive treasure. Today we measured their physical strength using the ship's onboard beefometer, time-honored measurement scale. It seems that they have 10 times the weight and physical power of any other Pikmin. When I throw them, they land with a resounding thud. I've decided to commemorate the cave I first encountered them in by naming it Emergence Cave. I will be back momentarily. I'm going to take a very quick break to use the bathroom and refill my drink. I am back. I could technically go back to Valley of Repose, but there's nothing to do there whatsoever except farm more red Pikmin, and I think I could get 10 more purples in there. You can't just keep getting more purples from Emergence Cave though. Not indefinitely. You could actually, technically pay off the entire 10,000th Poco debt just by going through Emergence Cave over and over and over and over again and getting the 2 Pocos per dwarf snow Bulborb. But I'm not gonna do that, for more reasons than I care to recount. Good morning. It should please you to know the purple Pikmin are lodged safely in my hull, since they do not have an onion. The confines of my interior seem to suit them perfectly, though they do occasionally tickle me. Stand in the ring of light below me and press A to call the purple Pikmin out. In a normal playthrough I would want to be conservative about how much I use purple Pikmin, because I don't want many of them to die because of that 1000 treasure, but I'm doing a no-death playthrough anyway, so I can just take however many I do or do not want. It's fine. What's going on here? Louis, has Olimar instructed you on the peculiarities of the Pikmin creatures? The Pikmin form groups based on color when disbanded with Z. Yeah, I know, they're in danger, dude! Shut up! Grabbing Pikmin with A will also cause them to group by color. Now for the bonus lesson. First press and hold A to pick up a Pikmin. That's what I just did! I'm kinda having some trouble here. Is this the first time you've heard this? No, it's not. Olmar, remember to properly train new employees. Yeah, I know how to do my job. Okay, so purples have a minor homing effect when you throw them, and they also have a minor stun effect, which makes them a pretty powerful tool, to say the least. You might even argue they're overpowered, but I don't believe that. These are female shear grubs, they do not hurt you, so I don't really care too much about them. I don't want to spend too much time farming, but I'll do a little bit. Sunseed Berry. It's just kinda up on the cliff. And already 10% of debt recovered. I've barely done anything. Debt goes down pretty fast in this game, but at the same time the difficulty hikes up pretty fast too. In a good way. Olimar, we have a problem. The onion has ceased ejecting seeds. Is it malfunctioning? Interesting. It now seems the number of life forms within the onion has increased. Didn't you know that no more than 100 Pikmin will venture onto the planet at once? But I currently observe only 95 on the surface. Could there be wild Pikmin somewhere? A question for another time, perhaps, Mr. Shippy. Alright, now we've got our 95. We're done farming for now. I can harvest those berries to get sprays, which are extremely useful. But I want to focus on taking out enemies for now, because obviously if something goes wrong on that front, I have to redo everything. Eventually some things come out of the ground and start eating the berries to penalize you for not paying enough attention to them fast enough, but it's not that important to me that I get that many sprays that quickly, because I have infinite days. If I remember right for this thing, I think I want to throw Pikmin onto its back. It takes a really long time for the Pikmin to die after it gets speared by that thing's nose, so they're still okay. If you look closely, there's an eyeball here! Whoa. Oopsie-daisy. He stuns himself with recoil if he misses a bite, so you don't have that much to worry about if you are consistent about dodging him. Then if you go in for the swarm afterwards, it's good. Were there any shear grubs here? No, there were not. That's good. How many for this bag? $200. Yeah, right now I only have a total weight of 185. I need more purples, so unless I go back to Emergence Cave, I have to go to this cave next. I could get some more sprays now, but it would make it less likely that I can do 2 caves in one day, so I don't want to go for that. Biological sensors are reacting violently. The readings are ominous. See, it says right here on the display, ominous. A beast of unknown power lurks in these depths. A large Pikmin group would be reassuring. My sound sensors are picking up hostile roars of many beasts. Expect dangerous encounters. Sensors are also showing extreme heat pockets. You may need flame-resistant Pikmin. But my records indicate no such data. Are my records incomplete? Yeah, I made some logs about that in the first game. Red Pikmin are fine. So we can see fire is lit up in the 4 possible hazards here. The hazard meter is a really clever way of letting the player know how difficult a cave is going to be, and also giving you other information. For instance, if you go around enough, you're not going to find anything else to do except to go into this cave, and they are telling you there's going to be fire in here, which indirectly tells you that you must already have a way to deal with fire. Which you do with the red Pikmin. Full of beasts. Sounds awfully threatening. Maybe we shouldn't have come in here. Maybe we should have just done the Emergence Cave ad nauseum strategy. So since there's no time limits in caves, it leads to pretty different focus on how you go about your strategy. For instance, going around each floor with the captain to see what's there is often a good idea. You're not putting any Pikmin at risk. I did that a lot in the first game, but it was always wasting time. Here I'm not losing anything by doing that. I'm ignoring all the female shear grubs, I'm just taking out the male ones because they're the only ones that can actually hurt you or your Pikmin. Some things, like stuff that falls from the ceiling, you do need to have at least one Pikmin in your squad while you approach it for it to trigger, but by and large, most stuff in the game, you can get to react to you even if you're just the captain. Nice little D-pad. I feel like I should know exactly what system that D-pad is from, but I do not. Since I don't need the Pikmin in my squad, if I think I have the last treasure coming in, I can have the captain wait by the entrance to the next treasure level. Pellets! Hello, Flint. Good to see you. There's going to be a grand total of 0 pellets in caves, so there's a sad dearth of pellets. It's a very grim day for pellets, I'm afraid. But this is the Stone of Glory, which is what I call all my D-pads, and it's worth 100. And there's the noise, that means I have all the treasures here. And yeah, it saves every single time you go to a new sub-level, so unlike the first game where I had to worry about potentially up to 20-minute increments of lost time, I can reset on every individual floor of every individual cave, which is really nice. On the other hand, if you want to take more than 20 minutes to a floor, though ideally that's never going to happen, you're free to do that too. Some nice violet candy pop buds down here. You can get 5 Pikmin to a candy pop bud. Now I've got 20 purples, which means once I come out of here I can depress that bag that needed 200 Pikmin, because 20 purples has the weight of 200 Pikmin. Doesn't it technically kill them? I don't think you would consider it like that. I think you'd throw them into the flowers and they get transformed into a different color and they come back out. The first game refers to candy pot buds, those flowers, as potentially the next step in Pikmin evolution, which makes it sound like a positive thing for them. In terms of gameplay, it's definitely not killing them because there's no death count from doing that. The Pikmin that drank the yellow nectar instantly matured into flower Pikmin. It appears to have enhanced motor skills. It's faster. What a wondrous nectar. How intriguing, like plants, Pikmin mature from leaf to bud to flower. Wow. Captain Almar, you must share the information you have with your subordinate Louis. You irresponsible captain. The ship just constantly harasses Almar about being a good captain, and I love it. Are there no treasures on this floor? I feel like there aren't any. I might even remember that, but I don't have the treasure gauge yet, so I can't know for sure, which is awkward. Shouldn't he know that already? Olimar knows about the nectar already, but the ship is not the same ship from the first game. This is like a ship associated with the company that Olimar works for. It has AI, unlike the dolphin, so it's its own character. And Louis here was not in the first game, so he doesn't know about it yet. They use Louis as an excuse to give tutorial dialogue a lot of the time. Omar should tell it to shut the fuck up, I agree. Well, we're gonna delve deeper and hope that there was no treasure here. I'm pretty sure there was not any treasure there. I think it's okay. Sublevel 3. If I remember right, there are 5 in this cave. Get me some reds to deal with this. Get out of here, you purples. You're in danger if you come here. Oh yeah, unlike the first game, Pikmin can actually take out the fire jets and eliminate them as a threat. So sometimes there's not really much reason to do that if you can just have the reds walk past them anyway. There's a little Mahjong tile, that's a nice treasure. And here is a Famicom game. I don't know what game this is though. I don't recognize that. $150 Strife Monolith. A game that ruins friendships, I suppose. I'll just have Louis wait here. Pick, obviously. Yeah, you're right. Pick for Famicom. Coming out when? The fire still harms captains, at least at the start of the game, but I just felt like walking into it. You cannot heal by going back to the ship in this game, and I believe their HP stays the same even after they leave the cave, so potentially you have to worry about their HP values for a really long time, the captains. But even still, there's 2 captains, each with their own HP meter, so usually you don't have to worry about it too much. Cosmic Archive, 230. There's the noise, we're going down. Sub-level 4. Semi-final. I forget what's here. I guess I'll look around. Oh, it's these things. Aw, man. I wish I got one of them. Those spidery things, they terrify your Pikmin. They make them run around all willy-nilly. They're mostly just there to distract you. They're not an actual threat unless they're near something else dangerous. But ideally I want to get a complete Piklopedia, which is like the bestiary, and I think you need to take at least one of them out to do that. Ow. Okay, I guess that damages me. Since I have no time limit, I'm free to do this if I want, but that does not mean it's a good idea. When I initially came upon this red bulb orb, he was sleeping facing this way, facing towards me, towards this mushroom here, and I did not like that because I want to get at his back. And now I can do that because I woke him up and got him to go backwards. And I have 75 Pikmin, which should be more than enough to KO him with this swarm, especially when he's already at that low HP. He drops the Game & Watch, take his carcass in, get a playing card, and just for good measure, here is this thing. Get nectar? Good idea, thank you. I forget about the nectar sometimes. But it's good that I am doing it after I get these purples, actually. Because if I made the Pikmin into flower Pikmin and then threw them into the violet candy pop, they would have went back to leaves. Dream Architect. Where did I leave the nectar? Over here. Luck wafer. It's hard to get more than a handful of Pikmin into each pool of nectar, so I'll just take a few of them. I know there's a button for this. There it is. Yeah, I have a couple leaf purples of the shit. What? I thought I left the nectar there. Oh. I went down the wrong one. My bad. Get in there, get in there. Aw. Alright. One red missed it. I thought it was a purple. Alright. Yeah, I went down the wrong path. Wait, was that everything? I was distracted. Was that all the treasures? I think it was. It's not like the treasures are easy to miss in this stage. Oh, it's another egg. I can get more nectar. Even more nectar. I'll just bring the rest of you over here, and whoever gets it gets it. That was almost everyone. That's pretty good. I'll do one last check over here. Yeah, I don't see anything. I'm going down. I believe it is this cave where I get the treasure radar at the end, so I don't need to worry about paying attention to whether I got the last treasure after that. Sub-level 5. So here's the Empress Bullblacks, and right where I land, you can see this horrifying thing. I believe this is what it molted out of. That's not disturbing at all. I think you can take it out really fast if you swarm it at its center, but I think you need a spray for that to be effective. Since it saves every floor, I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I don't care about resetting, I'll just do it. Oh yeah, that is so not working. Oh, I got... No, I did not get lucky. Alright, reset. That's fine. I'm gonna try to time how long it takes to get from reset back into the game. I like how it's different Pikmin on the Nintendo logo each time, and sometimes it's just all purples. Oof indeed. That was about 28 seconds. That's pretty fast. I think these lovely purples will do a fantastic job fighting this lady. Oh, I guess I have to wake her up with Pikmin. Okay. Now get out of there. There we go. Once she waves back and forth, she's gonna start rolling. And in this fight, she only actually kills Pikmin when she's rolling. It's the Katamari in her blood. Sort of a repetitive fight, but it is the first boss. And I could be going a little faster if I had more resources or if I was playing riskier. Yeah, that really didn't take very long. Took like 2 minutes. It's a love tester. Officially licensed Nintendo product. From like the 50s, I think. How bizarre, this device is emitting black light. It must have been ingested by that creature. What an absolutely repulsive life form. Our return to Hokotate cannot come soon enough. Well, if you feel that strongly about it, I'm sure you'll love having that beautiful carcass inside of your hull. And having this thing that was in its stomach in your hull. $15 Pokos for her. Hooray! It's permanently switched on. It just goes back and forth with no rhyme or reason, just like a real love tester. Prototype detector. This contraption seems to react when it approaches treasure. I will connect it to my radar. Processing complete. The treasure gauge is now fully operational. It will now appear on your monitor. The needle will move right as you approach treasure. Yay, I have a HUD that doesn't suck now. And it'll turn gray when there's no more treasure in the area. Now let's see if I got everything in the cave. If I didn't, I'm going right back in again. But I did. Cave complete. Save. That cave as a whole only took like 15-25 minutes. That's pretty good. And I'm still only at a little under half day and 20% of debt. Nice. So that should be plenty of time for me to go do the other easily accessible cave in Awakening Wood. Yeah, just get all the purples on there. That'll do it. Try to aim for his backside. Oh my god, purple's just demolished that stuff. And here's the second cave, or technically the third cave, because I guess Emergence Cave exists. Astounding, my metal detectors are reacting violently. What could be down below? If you find trouble below, press plus to contact me and press right on the radar screen. Just in case you want to give up. The exploration pod will drop its loot to make room to carry you, Louie, and the Pikmin to safety. In other words, you can quit a cave at any time if you really need to give up, but if you do so, you will, Your porn stash is down there, don't go, I'm sorry. I have to do it. If I can sell it for Pokos. Sato doesn't want me to see pictures of him. But I gotta go where I gotta go, man. But if you give up, then it won't keep any of the treasure you got, and you will not get back any of the Pikmin you lost in there, so you get nothing from your adventure. I think Louie can take out this entire floor. I think Louie's just that powerful. I could just swarm everything here and it would be fine. But for some reason I like punching stuff even though it's really inefficient. And here is, I believe, the one and only treasure. Is Louis stronger? No, the captains have the exact same properties in a gameplay sense. Never played too much. It is definitely my favorite, but it tries to do very different things from the first game. So they're not as comparable as they could be. Yeah, the different captains have mostly aesthetic differences. The music changes depending on which one you're using. And other than that, there's no real reason to pick a specific captain so much as there is just to have one captain doing one thing and another captain doing another thing. Kiwi brand shoe polish. How about that? It's an alien billboard worth 80. That was an aggressively easy floor. Let's go to the next one. I forget if this cave has 5 or 6 floors. Ooh, I like this floor. This is the first part of this game with fiery blowhogs. Reds are completely unthreatened by them normally, but their get off me attack can throw the reds off into the abyss if you're in an area with bottomless pits. And the get off me will send the Pikmin in whatever direction the blowhog is facing. So you want to keep that in mind when you start to swarm them. Although if you have this many Pikmin, they just melt. Oh, I think I forgot to take in the sheer grub carcasses on the previous floor. Diamond! All the jewelry. Gotta get it all. Shinies. It doesn't matter if you leave enemy carcasses, it's just negligible money, but I just like doing it. Petrified heart. Still another treasure here. I think I saw a bottle cap or something somewhere. Yeah, there it is. It's a Dr. Pepper cap! This is so much better than a diamond! Oh, this is a good day. Oh my goodness. You need another. Good thinking. Gotta keep ourselves peppered up till the very end. Drought Ender, and this will bring the end of Drought. I think it says something there, but I can't tell what underneath Dr. Pepper. Worth as much as a diamond, as well as it should be. It should be worth way more than a diamond. Diamonds are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but Dr. Pepper, now that's something you can count on. This is pretty much Arrest 4 introduces a new concept, which is the white Pikmin. How can a flower so deep underground bloom so robustly? How mysterious. This place is conspicuously warm. Could it act as a kind of hothouse for foliage? The question remains. What an interesting development. The Pikmin look as if they long to be tossed into the flower. Counts Dr. Peppers. I said it last time, I'll say it again. I cannot relate to the Pikmin wanting to be tossed into flowers. Never seen a flower and thought I want to go in there. White Pikmin are not as broadly useful as purple Pikmin, so unlike the purples, I'm not going to be getting whites every single time I come across a white flower, but I'm still going to want around 25 or more by the end of the game, so I'll get a decent amount of them, especially near the start. Could be a smell thing. Oh yeah, that does make sense. Incredible, a white Pikmin. It is tiny but looks distinctly swift. Its eyes are an unseemly red. This type of Pikmin was not mentioned in your notes, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Our data record on this type is a blank page, since a certain captain never documented them. You must experiment and make detailed observations for the benefit of future generations. This is an historic event. White Pikmin, as he implied, are the fastest version. Get swifty. They're the fastest type of Pikmin. So if you want to carry something or have the greatest rate of attack, that's it. They're immune to poison. They're also poisonous, which means if they get eaten, they will deal damage to the enemy that ate them, but I'm not going to let any of them get eaten. If we see the cutscene explaining how that works, I'm going to be resetting anyway. And they can dig up treasures that are completely submerged underground, which you can find by using the treasure gauge. Amazing, the white Pikmin have unearthed a treasure that was completely buried in the ground. Perhaps those beady red eyes of theirs allow them to sense objects buried in the dirt. Once the object is partially excavated, the other Pikmin types can start helping. Until then, only the whites can dig it. Nectar!
You're fast. You're fast.
White flowers, the fastest in the business. I think that might be everything, so I'll have Louie wait here. You got some grapefruit juice too, very nice. This is just a roll of tape. Gamma tape, apparently. 80, Super Stick Textile. The most dramatic name for tape I've heard in my life. There's no enemies on this floor. This one you can actually theoretically die on, but it's again another floor to kind of introduce concepts. One of which is that whites are immune to poison, as I said, and they can destroy these poison jets, whatever the heck these things are. the other thing is maybe not going to be relevant this time. Cave layouts are randomized after all. I got 2 reds in my party, I do not want that. Yeah, so this is the other thing I was talking about. The 4 also can teach you about how lips into geography work. You can throw them up here and then guide them up this with herding, because they won't fall down that. That's a tiny little wall. Sometimes there's a treasure up on top of that thing, but not this time apparently. There's some randomization that goes into the cave layouts, but you can have a pretty good idea of all the elements that you will find in each sub-level. That takes care of the poison jets, so I can get this mushroom pellet back to the ship with the normal Pikmin. Where was the next floor? I'm not sure. Here's some chapstick for your troubles. Survival ointment. Here it is. And this is worth a mere 30, and it's a toxic toadstool. How they're gonna sell that, I have no idea. Level 5. Is this the last floor? Yes, it is. Whites have normal attack power, the same as yellows and blues. And currently they're the only ones in my group with normal attack power. So I'm gonna leave them behind. I'm a little bit scared. Get him, get him, get him! Everyone get back. Okay. No, you dummies! What have you done? You fool! That poor Pick. That's alright. We can bring them back from the abyss of death with the powers of time travel. Fare thee well, Pick. You shall be remembered. Snaggerts have less HP in this game. They're not as dangerous, but obviously you still don't want to mess with them. Get him. Slow coming out means go for it. What? Aw, man. I was almost fast enough to get him anyway. Get nectar first. I can do that if I need to. But then if I lose, I need to redo getting the nectar every time I reset, and I don't think the leaf Pikmin are making the difference here. Oh my my god, it's so much faster getting back to this boss fight in this game than when I lost to him in the first game. I love it. I'm just here again already. Alright. Alright, get back everybody. It will make them happy. That is true. Alright, that'll do it. Easy money. That went pretty well, I think. That was, what, 3 attempts? And resetting is so fast in this. Well done, Captain Olimar. You've defeated that freakish half-bird, half-serpent hybrid. Oh no. Don't tell me. That treasure was ingested by that beast, wasn't it? Well, now that I don't have to worry about losing, I will make them happy so they will work harder in the future. Now all the yellows, all the whites are flowers. I think all the, no, there's a one leaf purple. How about reds? Alright. Now everyone's a flower Pikmin. Yay! Everybody happy. And this glove will give me a new ability. All the treasures from end of cave bosses give you a new ability. 100 5-man knapsack. This material looks comfortable. I will use it to patch the boss's favorite sleeping bag. Seam test conclusive. Cross-stitching successful. The knapsack is complete. When you have an unoccupied time interval, press and hold C to take a nap. Sounds fun. I think I'll do it now. Oh. Well, apparently I was mistaken earlier. I guess you recover HP when you come out of a cave because Louie is already at full health. I'm not sure if taking a nap recovers HP. I wanted to test it. I'll have plenty of opportunity in the future, I'm sure. I want to play for about 25 more minutes. I've been going pretty fast, so I can do some more stuff. He's not using the knapsack, that's true. That's a good point. Silly Louie indeed. Cave complete. They didn't get a knapsack and so they could use it. They got a knapsack so they would be inspired to go to bed, I guess. They're very weird people. Wow, only now is it half day. That's amazing. I have 15 whites, and they're gonna have to tackle this entire gate because it's been attached to poison jets. And while they're working on that, I can... Oh. Well, I was gonna say I can work on these berries. They weren't there for a second, now they are. The red berries give ultra spicy spray if you get enough of them, which powers and speeds up your Pikmin for a limited period of time. The purple berries, which I've not found any of yet in this playthrough, give you Ultra Bitter Spray, which stuns enemies by turning them to stone for a limited period of time. Astounding! This red berry contains an ultra spicy essence. It does not appear to have any monetary value, but I shall research potential uses for it. Bring me another specimen, and another and another and another. Just keep doing it forever. I forget how many to a spray. It was either 5 or 10. Captain Olimar, my research on the red berries you discovered has yielded a powerful potion. Behold the Ultra Spicy Spray. Although it is untested... Oh, great, thanks. I believe it will have spectacular results. Spray it on all your Pikmin by pressing 2. When necessary, I can produce 1 bottle of spray from 10 berries. There we go. Confirm berry count in the menu, blah blah blah. How we doing on this gate? A third done. Gives my Pick explosive shits. Oh no. It's for the greater good. I swear. These should regrow in a little bit. This is another creeping chrysanthemum. I'm gonna have to be careful of that once these whites break that down. If he actually gets any Pikmin, it's bad news. I'm gonna have to take down this gate again. They're not that hard to take down, but they are high risk. I'm actually gonna not go for any more of those because I want to get those guys over here faster. If I go fast enough, I can unlock the perplexing pool before the end of the day. But it's kind of tight in terms of timing. Dude. There we go. Good. Got him in 1. First I'll work on this bridge. And once that's done, I just need to take this. Fascinating. This object is highly similar to the one you found in the Valley of Repose. By examining this further, I may be able to extrapolate new planetary data. South America, yeah. The first half of it had North America and Eurasia. And here's Australia, Africa. I'm missing a Pikmin. Okay, back here. He tried to pick up the chrysanthemum. Thank you. You can help out with that. It has a max load of 100, and each purple still only contributes 1 to the max load. If I'm really fast, I can get another treasure up here with the whites. Ta-da! 200. Geographic projection. This hemisphere also contains a hidden microchip. I will attempt to decrypt the stored data. Decoding complete. As I surmised, this chip contains additional topographic data. The data has been inputted into my database. I shall name it the survey chart. Cool and good. 30%. The purples can go in already. They're not gonna help with this last bit. I guess the sheer grubs respawn even just from going into a cave and coming back out. That's interesting. There's a completely submerged treasure up here. Olmar, Louis, the sun will be setting soon. Call all of the Pikmin to you. Oh dear God, giant red letters. It's urgent. This planet's native nocturnal life forms are ferocious and therefore dangerous. Ferocity begets danger. Load your Pikmin into the onion and yourselves into my hole so we can take refuge in low orbit. Pikmin in your squad will enter the onion on their own at day's end, so call them all to you. They're also fine if they're next to the onions. Hurry it up, y'all. On the clock here. Any stragglers? Couple back here. Ten. You call their cell phones. I had no idea they had them. Pilgrim bulb. And pluck. That's everybody. There's so much about the Pikmin I need to learn still. So much goes on in their private lives that just doesn't come up in the day-to-day grind. I feel bad for not knowing they had cell phones. You can also glitch the purples up here to get this treasure early, but I've never done it. That's a lot of treasure right there. That was a very productive day. From Chacho. Olmar, good work so far. I hereby promote you to perennial manager. It doesn't mean anything, but it makes Olmar feel better. Press C to divide up work, and minus to delegate more to your subordinate leader. Hope all goes smoothly. Time to check out the Picklepedia and treasures. And there's going to be a lot. In fact, I might be done for the day after I read these. Not sure. Yeah, perennial. Fiery Blowhog. I can do this. Sus Draconis. Oh, they're dragons, I guess. Blowhog family. This creature expels a volatile phosphorus compound from its snout that combusts upon contact with air. This fire-breathing ability is dependent upon the air-to-fuel ratio at its mouth, catalyst reaction within the expelled compound, and purification of the compound. Thus, it is highly unlikely such a complex process could cause the spontaneous explosion of the fallen blowhog. This process is also perhaps to avoid risk of spontaneous combustion in the belly of a live specimen. That is a good thing to avoid. However, one should still treat a fiery blowhog with great care even after its life functions have ceased. If you say so, Almar, I've never had any problems. Female shear grub. Himeagea mandibulosa or something. Mandibulard family. The males of this species are purple and black creatures with tapered mouths, while the females are lighter in color and lack an armored exoskeleton. As with the most mandibulards, these creatures have regressed to the point where they have lost both legs and wings. They can be seen crawling around on the ground and are believed to feed on the vegetable extracts from the congealed fluids of expired Pikmin. Oh god, that's gross. Male shear grub. Himeagea mandibulosa, mandibulard family. This specimen is a male shear grub, having lost both legs and wings. The male burrows into the soil and waits to ambush small creatures that pass by. This beast's mandibles can be dangerous, making creatures such as Pikmin easy prey. Cloaking burrownit. Trilobitans reclusiva. It's a reclusive trilobite. Burrownit family. The snake eye pattern on this beast's shell is one of the most distinctive features of the burrownit family. The red pattern of the cloaking burrownit and the spikes around its mantle make it easily identifiable while still making it a representative specimen of the burrownit family. The shell on the cloaking burrownit's back also provides a frame that fixes its muscular structure in place, and appears to give the creature its powerful needle-launching attack. Ivory candy pop bud. Flora niveus candy pop family. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed that the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions. Considering the microecologies this plant has been found in, one could surmise that it could be found in any cavern regardless of geographic regions. Tossing Pikmin into this flower always produces white Pikmin seeds regardless of the color Pikmin tossed in. In many cases, plants with small leaves typically have limited photosynthetic capabilities, and thus must find alternate means of obtaining nutrients, with parasitic and predatory behavior being most common. The candy pop could be considered one such example. I guess that's one message in favor of the idea that they're dying, but well, the Pikmin seem fine afterwards, and they're almost a type of Pikmin, so maybe other things yearn to be thrown in too and don't come out so well as the Pikmin do. Creeping Chrysanthemum. Taraxacum rovinia, chrysanthemum family. Like Pikmin, the creeping chrysanthemum is a member of a group of creatures with ambulatory root structures. This creature is known as a mimic, but because it is actually a form of plant, this label is not entirely accurate. For unknown reasons, the creeping chrysanthemum's mimicry does not fool Pikmin, perhaps because they share a similar heritage. It relies on preying upon other creatures to provide sustenance, so it has no need of leaves for photosynthesis. Generally speaking, the role of plants within an ecosystem is as a producer species, and thus plants are generally found at the bottom of the food pyramid. However, on this strange planet, the line between producer plants and consumer plants is blurred. Honey Wisp. Nectara fatus. Honey Wisp family. This floating life form drifts effortlessly on the winds. Upon death, its physical structure instantly collapses, and as the creature is particularly elusive and difficult to catch, no sample specimens have been acquired as of yet. If we could simply recover a live sample, research on this species would likely proceed more smoothly. Common glowcap. Fungi luminarium, glowcap family. The light emitted from this rare mushroom is neither a reflection nor a release of stored light. It grows not only on decomposing trees but also on soil and rocks. This mushroom's fungal filaments are capable of stabilizing and concentrating pure Hocotatium 111? What the heck is that? Did I just call her fat? I think Olimar just called her fat. It is none other than the Hocotatium 111 approaching the point of critical mass that causes the glowcap's blue luminescence. I'm not sure I buy that. Horsetail. Equestris vindico. Horsetail family. This variety of horsetail is prevalent in regions with low nutrient content in the soil. Unlike most other plants, this particular species propagates itself through the release of spores. Yeah, no, but no element I've ever heard of. Margaret. It's like a creeping chrysanthemum, but less creepy. Luminosus crocaeus, chrysanthemum family. This plant's delicate yellow flowers often inspire waves of nostalgia, giving a bittersweet feeling to any who gaze upon them. Wow, that's a stark contrast to his usual biological musings. Fiddlehead. Violini orchestris, fern family. At first glance, this plant resembles the spring used in the ship's sublight engine. Many of its most primitive characteristics remain intact, including its habit of spreading through the dispersal of spores. And 2 bosses. Can I even wake her up? No, the pick carrots do not wake her up. But I can do this. Empress Bulblax, Oculus matriarcha, grubdog family. Initial observations placed doubt on the capability of the grubdog family to support a strong ant or bee-like social structure, but recent studies show the family is capable of such complexity. The egg sac of the largest female grubdog within a given range swells to dramatic proportions in response to environmental changes, such as the sudden depletion of prey species. These females temporarily take on the role of pack matriarch. Also, in pack formation, it has been observed that nearly all males not involved in species reproduction undergo natural sex changes. The characteristics of such specimens are quite intriguing indeed. And last but not least, the burrowing snagger. Chiropedis anacondae, Snavian family. Chiropedes. The majority of snagret species lie in wait to ambush and capture prey, with a body type perfectly adapted to such sudden strikes. It violently attacks small surface-dwelling insects. Distributed across a relatively wide range, subspecies of snagret suited to the varying soil conditions have emerged, making the snagret the most geographically represented species besides the bulborb. Visually resembling the burrowing snagret is the burrowing snarrow, the range of which partially overlaps with the snagret's range. While the two may appear similar, when pulled from the ground they can be distinguished by the presence or absence of tail and wing markings. He says they overlap in range and they appear similar, and you gotta distinguish them, but the burrowing snarrow is only referenced in text in the series, once in the creature credits in the first game and once right here. You never see it in-game. There's something that might be a burrowing snarrow in the trailer for the first game, but it's unconfirmed. And we got a whole lot of treasure too. Sunseed berry. I found this fascinating fruit while out exploring today. The skies cleared up, and I felt peaceful watching the pink flower petals flutter in the wind. During this perilous expedition, it seems strange to have such soft-hearted, romantic thoughts. If I told my wife about this, I'm sure I'd get laughed at. Again. Toxic toadstool. This dubious morsel doesn't look like it would be very agreeable with my innards. However, I bet Louis would try a bite. His appetite is insatiable, and he's always cooking up tasty meals. I'm glad that on this expedition our ship's reactor can power our life support systems indefinitely. This will give us all the time we need to thoroughly examine all of the treasure we recover. I don't care if the president wants us to hurry. I've had enough of his hassling. I think I'll move more slowly just to cause him indigestion. He wants to feed the toxic toadstool to the president. And they're telling the player again about how there's no time limit. Tell you a little about the president's character, a little bit about the ship, a little bit about Louis. That's a good description. Pilgrim bulb. Grassy plains and meadows on this planet are carpeted with brilliantly colored flowers in bloom. When I entered the atmosphere on my descent from space, I was stunned by the vibrant sight. The other day, a group of white Pikmin under my command detected an object buried under the surface and immediately began to dig up this colossal flower bulb. Somehow, it hadn't yet sprouted into a towering flower. I planned to take it back to Hokotate and to grow it there. My people will hail me as a botanical genius, and the mayor may even make me Supreme Flower Commander. Masato just got off work. Nice, nice. That's so cool that he got a job. That's so great. Super Stick Textile. I have once again discovered a completely undocumented species of Pikmin. These white Pikmin can find and dig up items that are buried entirely underground. We never would have found this priceless treasure without them. Thankfully, it's the perfect stuff to patch a hole I just noticed on the ship's hull. Oh no, you're going in a lower Earth orbit every time. P.S. I named the cave where I first encountered the white Pikmin the White Flower Garden. Poor Slayer, though, indeed. Yeah. I hope he finds something. The vivid color of this red stone reminds me of my wife's eyes when they burn with rage. Just between you and me, I've noticed lately that she's been getting more wrinkles. Now that I think about it, I've probably caused her a lot of stress. When I return to Hokotate, I'll take her on a long vacation. Alright, this is getting to be a bit much. I'm going to call it for the day. I'll read the rest of those next time. Thank you for watching, and thank you for chatting to Flint and for coming by. Read Dr. Pepper? Okay. Where is it? Here it is. Drought Ender. Today I delivered an impromptu lecture on the basics of wilderness survival. As Louis' superior, it's my responsibility to teach him these skills. Walking around as much as we do generates an intense thirst, so water becomes very important. I told Louis that we have to ration our water carefully. That's what I was thinking until I found this. I was so parched that I couldn't help myself. I drank all the water in the canteen. It tasted so good. When I turned around, Louis gave me a cold stare. Oh no, Louis. Alright. Thank you for watching, and good night.